Did you know that some people think Texas is just tumbleweeds, cowboy hats, and BBQ for every meal? Well, hold your horses, because today we're busting open the truth behind the most stubborn Texas stereotypes. Are they real, or just tall tales that got a little too big? Saddle up, y'all. This is going to be a wild ride. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Lone Star Plate, where we dig deep into everything Texas. Its legends, its food, its people, heck, even its twang. Today, we're taking on something everybody's got an opinion about: Texas stereotypes. From oil barons to rodeo queens, from boots to bigger is better. We're talking about all the things people might say or expect when you tell them you're a Texan. So why should you stick around? Well, whether you're a proud native or just Texas curious, this video will have you laughing, shaking your head, and maybe even learning a thing or two about the Lone Star State. Now, let's start with the big one. Everything's bigger in Texas. Heard it a million times, right? Well, there's some truth and a little myth in there. Yes, Texas is the second largest state in the U.S. after Alaska. And yes, we've got wide open spaces, enormous ranches, and highways that seem to stretch all the way across the sun-baked horizon. Heck, our state fair throws down with a corn dog the size of a football. But not everything here is giant. You won't find 10-gallon hats on every head or steak platters that could feed a football team at every restaurant. Sometimes big just means big-hearted, like how folks help their neighbors, wave at strangers, and make guests feel right at home. Now, what about the cowboy mystique? People think every Texan was born in a saddle, roping cattle before they could walk, owning a 1,000-acre ranch and a closet full of boots. I'll admit, you will see boots and cowboy hats, but not everyone's out rustling cattle. In fact, most Texans live in cities these days. Places like Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, and Austin have more people than there are cows in a lot of rural counties. But that Western spirit, now that's real. Whether you're a tech wizard in Austin or a ranch hand out in Amarillo, there's a certain Texan grit, a sense of independence that you just can't fake. All right, let's talk about food. Is Texas really all about BBQ and Tex-Mex? Well, you won't go far without running into smoked brisket that melts in your mouth or a plate of sizzling fajitas. But y'all, the Texas food scene is as diverse as its people. Got a craving for Vietnamese pho? There's a neighborhood in Houston with dozens of spots. Looking for Polish kolaches? Head to West Texas. And I don't mean West Texas, I mean the town of West. From German beer gardens to Indian curry houses, Texas is a smorgasbord of flavors. Sure, BBQ and chili run in our veins, but so does innovation. And don't get me started on breakfast tacos. You could argue about who makes the best in every city, and folks will defend their favorites like family. Now, let's tackle the accent. Movies make it sound like every Texan talks slow, drops their G's, and says, "y'all," every other word. Truth is, the Texas accent comes in all shapes and sizes. East Texans might sound a bit Southern, folks from the Panhandle might have a bit of a drawl, and city dwellers could sound like they're from anywhere. Yes, y'all is common, and it's the best word ever invented for talking to a group, but plenty of Texans don't sound like old-timey cowboys. And if you hear a "fixin' to," don't panic. They're not repairing something, they're about to do it. What about the weather? Some say Texas is just hot, flat, and dry. I wish. Try standing in the humidity of Houston in July. Feels more like swimming than walking. In West Texas, you might get a dust storm big enough to swallow the sun, while up in Amarillo in December, you better watch for an ice storm. Dallas might be sunny one day and hailing the next. In Texas, You pack sunscreen, a rain slicker, and a jacket just in case. The only predictable thing about Texas weather is that it's unpredictable. And now, the oil money stereotype. Everyone's rich and driving big trucks. Truth is, the oil industry shaped our state, sure, but not everyone's living in a mansion out in the hill country. Plenty of Texans drive pickups. It's just practical in a place with so much land. But we've also got a blossoming tech scene, music industry, aerospace, agriculture, and some of the best universities in the country. Texas is about hard work. Sometimes that means oil fields, sometimes it means coding, sometimes it means running a taco truck on a downtown street corner. Oh, and let's not skip over the famous Texas pride. Some say we're obnoxious about it. Look, Texans love being from Texas. There's no place like it. We put the state flag on everything, from t-shirts to bumpers to boots. But that pride runs deep because Texas has a story to tell. The Alamo, Juneteenth, space launches, legendary musicians, rodeos, and chili cook-offs. This place is more than just stories. It's living history. And the best part about it, anyone can be a Texan. Doesn't matter if you just moved here. Once Texas gets in your blood, you're home. Now let's bust one more. The idea that everyone in Texas is the same, far from it. Texas is a kaleidoscope. Hispanic, Black, white, Asian, Native American, and everything in between. Our neighborhoods, festivals, and food show it. Head to the Rio Grande Valley, and you'll find a totally different vibe from the German towns near San Antonio. That's what makes Texas special. There's room for everybody and a story behind every fence post. All right, tell me this. Which Texas stereotype do you hear the most? Which ones do you think are true and which are pure fiction? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. I want to hear your tall tales and truths. And if you enjoyed taking this tour through the myths and realities of the Lone Star State, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the Lone Star Plate, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next big adventure. Texas is more than a state. It's a state of mind. So next time you hear a story about Texas, ask yourself, is it a stereotype, a myth, or the honest-to-goodness truth? Either way, remember, everything's richer, wilder, and a little bit more legendary down here. Thanks for riding along, y'all. Till next time, keep it Texan and keep it true.